Hi Lisa, could you speak a bit about God's will and the lovely space of it's already in the it's already in the can, versus me who feels the need to do right, be good and fix, and the guilt that comes with that because wanting to be good will always fail, maybe just doing will always fail. Is doing and believing that's a steering wheel in our hands an addiction to self? And what's the difference with narcissism? So the addiction that arises in the person is the belief that my freedom is in images, thoughts, ideas and feelings rather than in consciousness meeting beingness. That is the only freedom there is in life. Everything else changes. But the person believes that freedom is in time and space. It's in its feelings, emotions, other people, money, circumstances, the world. And the problem with that is the world is always changing and unstable, and you can't make something last, and you can't force an emotional reaction. So it's breaking that addiction to searching in imagination for the answer. The answer is in what you are fundamentally, as this beingness and consciousness. This is the answer. This is the freedom. So the idea that it's your fault can create lots of going into timeline to try to be a good girl, to try to escape guilt. And sometimes it's appropriate to be like, yeah, my bad, that was my fault. But it's not a truth, it's not a reality. There isn't actually somebody there that is guilty and did something wrong. What you are is the consciousness meeting beingness. This moment, what is this emptiness looking, this emptiness experiencing. Nothing will free you in time. So there needs to be a certain amount of breaking of that addictive thought stream that's like, I will get this in time, I will get this in time, I will get this in time. And what is the difference with narcissism? From my understanding, narcissism is like a personality style, and narcissism lacks empathy. So they tend to be totally about themselves. But you could say everyone's about themselves. It's just that people with empathy can relate to what other people are feeling. So for an example, say if somebody crossed my boundary, I'm always about boundaries. So say if someone crossed my boundary and I said it to somebody that's empathetic, an empathetic person would empathize with me. They would use their ability to imagine and to feel to understand why that might have hurt me or been uncomfortable. And then they would use that to readjust the way they behave. They might get reactive in the beginning, but eventually they will use empathy to understand the point of view. A narcissistic personality style doesn't have that ability. So if I were to express to a narcissist that they're crossing my boundary, all the narcissist will do is take that on for itself. So it'll first of all be unable to hear criticism of itself, most probably, and then it will just adjust its strategy so it can continue getting away with crossing your boundaries. Whereas somebody with empathy will adjust themselves because they will empathize with the other person. So a narcissist creates a lot of drama, like in the sense that it might not be obvious, but they create a lot of drama because they don't have that ability to imagine how it feels for somebody else. So it's just always about them. And the seeking, in a way, like everything is always about ourselves. So when we're seeking to be something, but it's like different personality styles. Like if you've got the ability to empathize, then the body will reflect on its behavior and adjust and be more cooperative with other people. But it's still about itself in the end. about survival. The seeking, and it's not necessarily like narcissists most probably can wake up, and empathetic people can wake up and be free. It's not about that. It's not about trying to be something, or it's not about the body-mind mechanism trying to survive. It's about this addiction to believing that freedom comes from time, and that freedom comes from something I do in time and something I will get in time. Understand the difference? I mean, that's just my interpretation. I'm not a therapist of narcissism. Giuseppe, sorry, I didn't get that. Yeah. I don't know if I can explain it better. It's complicated.